Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. And this is the first video in a series that I've just decided to try and put together, called What Would You Have Done? So we're in T29 on Westfield, and as you can see, it's a very, very heavy tank biased match. They outnumber us heavy wise. They've got, and it's also very heavily tier 7. We've actually got a lot of tier 6s, which doesn't help compared to them. They've got for FE 304 and a Chaffee, tier 5, tier 6. We've got AMX, a Hull, a Nashorn, 2 Hellcats, all at tier 6, and all their tier 7s are heavy. So I think the game's always going to be tough, especially as I decide to go this way. But there's a reason for me deciding to go this way. I figure we're going to need our arty, our Hummel. Very effective arty, even as a tier 6 arty. And I can, from this flank, put in good effective fire into stuff that goes round the flank. So I come across, tell the ELC and our E25 to not die on me while I'm moving across. Can't get elevation on this E25, unfortunately, but he gets taken out by our E25. That E25 is a little rock star in this game, really is. So climbing up the hill, I'm having some real problems. I've got to figure out why this is happening. I'm getting a lot of lag when I'm doing my videos, when I'm recording. I never used to, and I don't know what's causing it. So I've got to do some investigation to try and figure out why I suddenly lose a huge amount of frames per second when I drop into this mode. Their Chaffee comes through, and this is why I came this way. Because I was scared that something like the Chaffee, which I promptly dispatch, could end up sneaking through and getting the Hummel. And as I say, I'm not useless with the guys on the other flank either. Unfortunately, a lot of them have pushed all the way up to C and D2. We've got a Tiger camping back a bit there, which doesn't help. One of our Hellcats is in a pretty useless spot. Really, our 2 Hellcats could probably do with being in E1 or up with us. But I'm trying to support our Tiger P here. I've helped them take out one of our T29s. Here's another T29. Put a shell into him. So we're only up to 600 damage in a minute, but that will hopefully improve in a moment. There we go. So 3 kills for me, 1 for the E25. Tiger P appears. Reload, shell into him, and track him at the same time. We've got T29 down below has come through. So again, I was half expecting this. That they've got that many heavies, they're not going to push them all through. I dunked that shot. It was a bit of a snapshot, but I knew that something was going to come through the valley, and if we didn't have heavies on this side, that could cause problems. The problem is that we're losing 7-5, but actually we've evened up the heavies, so we're winning 7-5 at this point. So we're actually doing all right. I'm still putting effective fire in on this flank. I bounced that one off the Tiger P. He gets himself nicely angled. The E25 has taken, I think it's the E25, took out their T29. We're 8-6 up. Our Hellcats really aren't in a good position. The Nashorn isn't in a good position, which isn't helping. The E25 is doing a great job over that far side. Ideally now, I think the Nashorn ought to be in K0 using the trees. The Hellcat possibly with him. Especially now, suddenly our flank on the other side's collapsed. 2 of their Tigers and a Tiger P is coming through. I'll get shot into the side of that Tiger P. So I'm up to 1800 damage now. So I'm dishing out the damage here. Trying to just find targets of opportunity and just take them out when they pop up. But the problem now is that we've lost all our heavies on that side. We're suddenly 9-11 down, and this is where, what would you have done? What would you have done? We've got the Hummel relocating. We've got a Hellcat still alive at the moment, although very badly placed. We've got an E25 going, who's going to take out their 304. So I figure, actually, I need to stay where I am. This is my thinking, and it might be completely wrong. You might say, actually, Kate, you should have done this. I figure if I stay where I am, then I can cover the cap circle. I can see where the Hummel's going. Ideally, I'd have liked him to go up to something like K0, but he figured he was safer down there.
Enemy armor is hit.
Put a shell into the Tiger P there, and if I'm almost expecting those, the AMX, the IS, the Tiger, and the other Tiger, and possibly in the Tiger P, all to go round and cap. Not necessarily in cap, but push round behind me. So I figure I've got to stay here to cover the back. So we've got the E25 covering one flank, and the Hummel covering the other. And I'm not sure it was the right decision because of what happens next. The IS has popped up on that flank. The E25 is currently well hidden. He's able to use his camo, and he can deal with that. But the IS isn't where I expected him. I expected him over my side. So I think the E25 now deals with, yeah, there you go, deals with the IS. I don't know whether he was spotted, obviously. I'm suspecting he probably wasn't spotted, but obviously the IS knows where the E25 is from where the shots are coming in. I then take a shot off that Tiger P that just didn't appear until after he'd shot, which was a bit sucky. So obviously that Tiger P's got decent view range, because this is where I start, what's spotting me? I don't know what's spotting me, whether it's that Tiger P, whether it's something else that I'm not aware of. But I've now got a Tiger P who can take pot shots at me, and we don't know where either their Tigers or the AMX 1945 are. The E25 is keeping the one flank as best he can. I asked the Hummel if he would relocate. He said he wasn't happy to, so that's fine. He was worried about dying. Put another shot into that Tiger P. So they know where I am, but I think, where can I go? I need to keep protecting the Hummel, and it's better for me to be above than below. The E25, told you he was a rock star. I actually didn't initially, I fired then because I didn't realise he'd shot him. I thought he'd started moving, so I was shooting, preempting that. So up to 2,400 health, and suddenly that Tiger, which was last seen in E3, has come all the way around. And this is where I think I screw up, but also I don't know what I should have done. What would you have done? Suddenly the AMX is behind me. So I've got AMX behind me, I've got an unspotted Tiger, and I've got another Tiger on that flank. And then I'm taking hits from a Tiger on the right. So I'm just sandwiched. And I've got Tigers firing me on one side, Tigers firing me on the other, can see me. The AMX 445 is what was actually spotting me. What should I have done? Should I have moved earlier? Should I have relocated? Where should I have relocated to? What would you have done in that situation? The match ended up as a loss. I got 2.4k damage. I think it was actually slightly higher. I think it was a blind shot that went in. But what would you have done? Answers in the comments, please. And I will speak to you soon. Ta-ra.